agree with them with their stupid, idiotic, ill-informed, ignorant, liberal, socialistic beliefs, they'll call you friend. I mean, you could be their friend for 10 years. But as soon as you start acting more conservative, no, here come the knives, don't turn your back. Guaranteed. White House was told of militant claims 2 hours after Libya attack. So say, well, Rod, we don't know that. Yeah, they're emails. Emails. Reuters. CBS. Yahoo News. CNN. They're all reporting this, and these are not conservative news outlets. By any stretch of the imagination, Reuters and CBS and Yahoo News, are you really going to seriously tell me that they have a conservative slant? Nobody, not even liberals, believe that. So don't even try to go there. Officials at the White House and the State Department were advised 2 hours after attackers assaulted the U.S. diplomatic mission in Benghazi, Libya on September 11th that an Islamic militant group had claimed credit for the attack. Official emails show. The emails obtained by Reuters from government sources not connected with U.S. spy agencies or the State Department and who requested anonymity specifically mention that the Libyan group called Ansar al-Sharia had asserted responsibility for the attacks. Now, the brief emails also show how U.S. diplomats described the attack even as it was still underway to Washington. I mean, one of the things that we heard was, White House gets a lot of emails. Well, yeah, I'm sure they do. But do they have some that are classified as direly important? I mean, do they put alarms? Look, I can mark when I send an email to somebody, I can mark it important. And when it goes to somebody else's inbox, it'll have an exclamation point. It'll be a different color. It'll always be at the top. Important. These guys do that. I'm sure if a diplomatic cable like this comes through, hey, we're being attacked. I'm sure it is not going to go to the spam file. Now, U.S. Ambassador Christopher Stevens and 3 other Americans were killed in the Benghazi assault, which President Barack Obama and other U.S. officials ultimately acknowledged was a terrorist attack. But how come the president was out there for 2 weeks saying it wasn't a terrorist attack? It was a protest that went bad, a protest of this stupid... I saw that stupid video before the arm twisting, who finally got YouTube to pull it. It was... I know some, I know some Muslim people. They saw it. They're like, you got to be kidding. There is no way in hell that video would have caused that. And even if it did, how many anti-Christian or Christian biased videos and programs have you seen? Has there ever been a Christian protest anywhere that ended up attacking any embassy? No! And it just happened to take place on the anniversary of 9/11/2001. It's just coincident, Mr. President. Now, administration spokesman, including White House spokesman Jay Carney, citing an unclassified assessment prepared by the CIA, maintained for days that the attacks were a spontaneous protest against anti-Muslim film. That's bullshit. I'm calling you out because they saw it happen live. The emails that were released last night prove it. They had live video feed. They knew it was not protest. They knew 2 hours after the attacks began that, hey, somebody was taking credit, and it was a terrorist organization taking credit. They knew. Their emails prove it. The live video, which has been recorded, proves it. The president knew it, and he lied for 2 freaking weeks. And then he goes on national TV in a debate. How dare you, Governor Romney? I said it was terrorist. I listened to that speech that he gave before he jetted off to Las Vegas. No, he did not admit it. It was terrorist. No. He would not call out terrorism. Remember, this guy has defeated terrorism by getting Osama bin Laden. CBS Evening News emails detail unfolding Benghazi attack on September 11th. CBS News has obtained email alerts that were put out by the State Department as the attack in Benghazi unfolded. 4 Americans were killed in the attack, including our ambassador, Christopher Stevens. Now, these emails contain the earliest descriptions so far of what happened at Benghazi the night of the attack, because they were written while the attack was going on. At 4:05 p.m. Washington, D.C. time, on September 11th, an alert from the State Department Operations Center was issued to a number of government and intelligence agencies. Included were the White House Situation Room, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, and the FBI. You don't think that somebody would have, from any of those agencies, or even the White House Situation Room, which is always manned, by the way. It's not as if it was after hours. It was 4 o'clock in the afternoon, by the way. Let me emphasize that. It's not as if any of this information was coming in at 3 o'clock in the morning. It was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Government was still fully functional, and most employees were still, government employees were still at their desk. It wasn't after hours. U.S. diplomatic, this is what it said. U.S. diplomatic mission in Benghazi under attack. Approximately 20 armed people fired shots. Explosions have been heard as well. Ambassador Stevens, who is currently in Benghazi, and 4 chief of mission comm personnel are in the compound safe haven. They knew. Is 20 people, 20 armed people, is that a protest? Is that a massive protest? No. At 4:54 p.m. Washington, D.C. time, still not 5 o'clock yet, less than an hour later, another alert that reads, the firing in Benghazi has stopped. The response team is on site attempting to locate embassy personnel. Then at 6:07 p.m., State sent out another alert. Now that's 6:07 Washington, D.C. time. saying the embassy in Tripoli reported the Islamic military group Ansar al-Sharia claims responsibility for Benghazi attack and has called for an attack on the embassy itself in Tripoli. The emails are just a few in what are likely a large number traded throughout the night. They are likely to become part of an ongoing political debate over whether the administration attempted to mislead in saying the assault was an outgrowth of a protest. They knew only 20 people. About 20 people were firing on the consulate compound. The president knew. He did nothing to protect those people. Nothing. And you want to tell me that this guy still should be president? CNSnews.com. State Department email to White House at 6:07 p.m. on 9/11/2012. Ansar al-Sharia claims responsibility for Benghazi attack. I guess that takes out the idea that it was just a protest that went bad. Doesn't it? Yes, I think it does. Just 2 hours after the State Department first began notifying government agencies back in Washington, including the White House. So in other words, 2 hours earlier, that the U.S. consulate in Benghazi was under attack by armed men, the state sent out an email that went to at least 2 people in the White House that said the group Ansar al-Sharia had claimed responsibility for the attack. Now, frankly, if it went to at least 2 people in the White House, I think that they would have told the president. It's not something, well, we don't need to bother the president with this tiny little insignificant detail. It was the biggest deal that there could possibly be involving this whole issue. Now, the email, which was sent from a State Department address at 6:07 p.m. on September 11, 2012, was obtained by CBS News and posted online by the news agency in a PDF file. This email and others posted by CBS News, which I will link to, all of this stuff on my website after the show, rodeccles.com. Yes, I just put in a plug for my website. Got rodeccles.com. Remember that. All that after the show is concluded, we will make sure that these links are there for you to get. And look, you can start bringing your liberal friends to my site. Start pointing out different stuff. Say, what about this? What say you on this with Barack Obama? What say you about this? What say you on Benghazi, my liberal friend? You know, just start pounding some of your liberal friends on their so-called beliefs. They cannot possibly defend any of this. I would like to see how. I would like to see how they would defend this. I would like to see how they could possibly defend this. The president's inaction. You've got, you got some liberals that think that Christians are brainwashed and mind-numbed robots. What about Obama-philes, Obama-nites, liberal socialists, those hardcore idiots that no matter what their candidates do, they will continue to support them, hands down, without question? I don't know about you, but that sounds like somebody who's been brainwashed to me.
Wild, wild. Wicked, wild, wild west. Jim none of this. Six gunning this, brother running this. Buffalo soldier, look, it's like I told you.